You ever feel like the childlike wonder of opening packs full of random cards and sticking your favorites into a deck has been sucked out of the game? Decks today are all about optimizing hand trap ratios and playing the most optimal strategies possible, but where's the fun in that? In this series, we're trying to get to the highest rank in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Master 1, by only opening Master Packs after every single win. But since we have already reached Diamond, we have entered Master Mode. Now we take 2 Master Packs after every single win. Credit to Cimo and Hausman for inventing. Playing Master Duel Masochist makes me feel like I'm playing a totally new game. But do you know what else can make you feel like you're playing a totally new game?
Are you ready to take your Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel play experience to a new level? The Untapped GG Companion is here for you. Use the deck tracker to know exactly what cards you have in your deck, and to go over any cards you aren't familiar with yet by hovering over them. It instantly updates when you draw a card, and automatically hides if you check your extra deck or graveyard. This is the perfect tool to help you master a new deck. The Untapped GG Companion also lets you import decks directly into the game in seconds. Copy any YDK or YDKE deck string, create a new deck in-game, click the Start Auto Import button, and let us take the wheel. Once the duel is over, check your win rate on your personal stats page. Brag among your friends and share your decks so they can import them into the game too. Start your path to Master today by downloading the Untapped GG Companion at ygom.untapped.gg.
Alright guys, it's that time again. We need all new music for this episode, or for the upcoming episodes. Time for a soundtrack swap. So if you want your recommendations to be in this, basically it just has to be video game music, and it has to just include, you gotta give me the title of the track and the video game that it's from. It's that simple. Just got to make sure it's from a video game and there's no lyrics in it whatsoever. It has to be just non-lyrical music. You cannot, no, I can't play Ariana Grande in the back of this, no Michael Jackson. It has to be from a video game, has to not have lyrics. So like for example, you could be like Super Mario Bros 3 overworld theme, something like that. If you want the music to be the music that you recommend, just put it down in the comment section down below. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode. Last episode we played the Earth Warrior Turbo deck. It didn't perform too bad. It just, it kind of sucks that Naturi Beast is kind of, I don't know if it's a power creep, but the problem is he just kind of gets wrecked by Engraver. Everyone's playing Engraver, so it's a little bit rough to have to play this card right now. It just gets outed very, very easily. Unless they open with Tract, you can negate that, but like if they open the Fiendsmith engine, you kind of just lose. Because Naturi Beast is just, Engraver just beats it because it just equips the monster and attacks over, or just sends it to grave. Like either way, you just lose. So that's unfortunate. It's kind of like the whole point of this deck is to end on a Naturi Beast, possibly a rank 4, but this is pretty much what the deck does. The deck underperformed a little bit, but it wasn't anything. It wasn't like horrific. It just underperformed a little bit. Then we have the Fire Warrior Turbo deck. This is another deck that I created. I don't think this deck is ready at all. I tried testing it. First of all, there's a lot to like read and stuff, but the problem with this deck is we just don't have the payoff. We don't have the big synchro monsters. We have a lot of Noble Knight cards that are really good, but like we don't have the synchro. We have almost all of the equips. Let's click on related cards. We have pretty much all of the equips that are possibly available. We have the field spell. We have a ton. Like we have a ton of cards for this. We have the regular Noble Knights. We have the Infer Noble Knights. Like we have a lot of cards that are very, very, very good for this archetype, but the problem is we're just missing the payoff. That's what we're missing. We have the little monsters, but we don't have the big monsters, and that's kind of like the big issue. We have the Fireflint Lady, and we have the Immortal Phoenix Gear. Like we have a lot of cool stuff. We just don't have the payoff. So I don't think this deck is quite ready. Also mentally, honestly, I'm not ready for it either. I produced this deck today. This is something that you guys have been asking me for a very, very long time. This is a burn deck. We've been pulling burn cards the entire time, the entire journey. There's a ton of burn cards that are very low rarity. I may have missed some. I typed in inflict life points. I typed in I typed in inflict damage, and this is everything I got. But sometimes you have more burn cards, but they just like don't appear properly. But I thought I got everything that I could possibly get. These are all of the burn cards that I could find that I do have. So I'm going to try these, excluding some of the bad ones. We are in Platinum 5 today, so if I start off not winning, that's fine, because again, it doesn't matter if I don't start winning. Actually, so I take this out, I'm probably going to put in a Reckless Greed, just because it's slightly better in this deck. But yeah, if I start off and I'm losing at the beginning, I really don't care all that much because I'm in Platinum 5. It's the easiest rank in the entire game. If I start off on a cold streak, we just change decks to one of our like consistent decks, and we're back to winning. Alright, we lost a coin flip. The hand is... it's okay. It's nothing crazy. We have... I put in some Fire stuff and Trickstar stuff, which maybe was a mistake. They're playing Fortune Ladies. No way. I'm literally always making fun of this deck and how we never play against it and how bad it is. And we actually played against it. Wow. I can't believe we're actually playing against this deck. That's actually insane. This is the deck that I'm always like, man, why don't we ever play against fun decks? I'm always like, why don't we play against a fun deck when we play a bad deck? And this is the kind of deck that I'm referring to whenever I say that. I literally refer to it every single time. I'm like, why don't we play a fun deck like Fortune Ladies? Like a crappy fun deck. And here we are playing against the exact deck I was referring to. I don't know what the matchup is. Honestly, I always make fun of Fortune Ladies, but honestly, I make fun of them because I never see them. So, I don't know how well they're going to do. It's going to increase the level, special summon Fortune Lady from your deck. I mean, actually, the synergy doesn't even look that bad, honestly, but draw 2 cards. Honestly, so far, it doesn't even look as bad as I usually make fun of it for being. He's going to summon that. I mean, that's already not bad. They're making some decent plays, if I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, they're making some decent plays right now. Jack in the hand. Pot of Acquisitiveness. Wow. I mean, and he's, come on, man. Why does this guy leave? Why does this guy leave? We finally get a fun game. It's not Kashtira. That's not... What do we play against? Kashtira, Tier Limit, Blue Eyes, and whatever the Tier 1 deck of the moment is. If we finally get a deck that's not those decks, the guy scoops. And he wasn't even doing that bad. I thought that looked pretty cool. I was actually curious to see more. Okay, so this is what my opponent is playing. He's playing 60 card with Exodia, Fortune Ladies. Now, playing a 60 card deck and your intention is to draw Exodia, and it's not a part of the Millennium package, this is absolute foolishness. This is absolute foolishness. And he's got 1 copy of this, 1 copy of this. He drew this off of this. That's insane. I mean, no, he drew this off of the draw 2 off the blue one. That is insane. This deck is absolutely miserable. I thought it was going to be fun from the beginning, but he actually opened really, really well, and then he just blew it. Like, there's no reason for this deck to be 60 cards. I don't know. Maybe you guys see something I don't. I don't know why this is 60 cards. I don't know why this is 60. If you're trying to draw Exodia, why is your deck 60 cards? I have no clue. This is one of the funniest decks I've ever seen in my entire life. Alright, after playing against that goofball, I deserve something. I deserve something cool out of this pack. We've been pulling non-stop repeats that are non-consequential for way too long. I already have. That's a decent card we already have. Condemned Maiden. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. We used to, when we first started this challenge, we pulled Cosmos non-stop. We are missing a lot of low-level Cosmos. So, Farm Girl, Straw Man, Tin Can, this stuff. The ones you can normal summon and do something with. Troopers and like that stuff. The one that these are the ones we're missing. We need more of these. We have way too many of these. We have Slip Rider, and like we have some of these bigger ones, a Dog Fighter, and with like 5 Forerunners. Like, we have these cards, and we even have Cosmojo. We don't have Cosmo. Like, we're missing some of the really important things for that deck. Synchro Material, a Goatee, a Goblin. Are these generically good in any way? If this card is special summoned from the hand in attack position, target one. Want to change it to defense position. It's not terrible. Special summoned. I mean, this card's not terrible. It's not. If a monster special summoned. It's not terrible. It's just I don't know how generically good that would really be for us. Harvest Angel of Doom is pretty cool. We have another copy of that. That definitely goes in the Counter Fairy deck. I might actually, if the burn deck doesn't work out, I might switch to the Counter Fairy deck because I haven't played it in a really long time. And that's actually good that I pulled a second one of these, because right now I used to have 1 Angel of Doom, and then I used to have a Horn of Heaven, and then I used to have Black Horn of Heaven, and then a Horn of Heaven, and then I would always draw like the thing I don't want, and I would never draw this. So that's actually a good thing. I'm going to go add another one of those. Okay, here's our Counter Fairy deck that I was talking about. We have 2 Black Horn of Heavens, 1 Horn of Heaven, and then we have 1 Harvest Angel of Doom. But now we have a second Harvest Angel of Doom, which is nice. We'll save that. yeah, I might switch, like I said. Oh, and I have more of this now, too. I have more of this, and I have more of this. I have more of a lot of these cards, which is kind of nice. So I'll save this, and I will potentially switch to this deck because I haven't touched it in quite some time. And we've gotten some decent stuff like Power Sing Stone and a few other things that we've gotten. We've also, yeah, I haven't touched this deck in a while. I'd be kind of curious to play it. Okay, we won the coin flip, but the hand's not really that great. And if this guy's playing a real deck, we're definitely done here. Ideally, we were supposed to draw more spells and traps, but this deck again is kind of limited in what it can do. So we'll normal summon this, and we'll set 2, and we'll pass. But honestly, if they're playing like anything competent whatsoever, we probably just lose this duel. It was supposed to be, it's not supposed to be like this. We opened too many normal summons. I don't know if we're quite ready to build a burn deck. Again, a lot of people were telling me, hey, build a burn deck, build a burn deck. But I don't know if we're particularly ready. Also, I should probably switch some of these. Like, this card's not, I should probably switch this out for like a stall card of some kind. I gotta include a larger stall. Oh, this is done. Oh, we're done here. Literally one of my least favorite decks to play against. Like, you can't interact. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects while you control a Centurion monster. It's very uninteractive. Yeah, honestly, I think realistically, I don't think we got this, and I think I should probably go upgrade this deck. Yeah, they've got the not Chudea, whatever her name is. They've got this thing out onto the field. We're not winning this duel, and I'm gonna go adjust this deck a little bit. Okay, time to adjust this deck. So I have to include more stall elements. I drew too many monsters. I'm probably going to take this out because it only activates on normal summon. I'll probably take the koalas out. This is every turn, which is good. This can help later on. We have to get more your opponent can't attack cards into circulation. So I got to go find those. The rest of these seem fine. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Any card that prevents my opponent from attacking is probably stuff that I want right now. So I have to go find that. Also, this might not be good enough because we have both fires and not fires, and then volcanic emission also can go. I don't even know why. I kind of, like I said, I just kind of looked at it and I just put in every single card that, yeah, I just put every single card that seemed good in the moment. Like, it was just like any card that I ran through all the burn cards, and I was like, let me just put everything that burns. So we'll quickly just go through this and just put in some of our like stall cards slash your opponent can't attack cards. So that we can definitely put in. This we can definitely put in. Okay, Messenger of Peace we can definitely put in for sure. We almost have all of Final, which is kind of crazy. I didn't even know that. Messenger of Peace definitely. What other cards prevent attacking? Okay, I've updated a little bit, so I included Gravity Bind and some Floodgates. I've included a Floodgate, Gravity Bind, Solemn. I could probably put Throw Gozen in too if I really needed to, but I'm going to save this for now and see how it goes. I've got the Self-Destruct in. I might like remove some of these cards that don't burn every single turn. Stuff like this is good because it burns every single turn. So if you just have this and a stall card, you can win the duel. But if you don't have that, same thing with like Fire, Solar Flare, Dragon. Like if you have that and a stall card, you have potential to win the duel. But again, I'm willing to like try new decks. This seems like it'd be semi-fun under the right circumstances. Okay, so we just won the coin flip, and we've got the Trickstar engine. So I don't know how much the Trickstar engine really gets us. I mean, it burns, and we put a Gravity Bind. That's kind of the idea here. You burn and you get Gravity Bind onto the field. So we'll go Trickstar Light Stage to start. Yeah, we definitely want to add a Trickstar. We'll add Candina. And then we'll normal summon this for sure. Activate this effect. She used to be a one-card combo back in the day. We don't want to activate another field. We'll probably activate get Festival. This will give us the 2 tokens. And then we can special summon. I didn't even realize I should have special summoned this earlier. Special summon this out. Festival. Yeah, summon these 2 out. And then our backup is the 2 copies of Matenin that we drew. And our opponent scoops, as I'm thinking. Which sucks for me. They probably thought they were getting comboed. We most certainly were not kidding. We were not comboing. I didn't even honestly know where that was going. Honestly, I'm kind of looking at this deck, and I'm not really quite sure what exactly it's supposed to do. I don't think we have the payoff to actually win with a burn deck yet. I'm going to be realistic. I think we have to switch to that counter fairy deck. Even though I won 2 games and lost 1, realistically, I don't think this deck can actually win. Like, I'm looking at these hands, and I am having trouble inflicting 2,000 damage. So, who is this? Okay, that guy looks cool. Yeah, I might have to switch. Let me go see what this guy was playing. Okay, this guy was playing a full Karibo deck. Why do these people scoop? Whenever they're playing, he's playing invoked Karibo. Why do we have to, like, why do they scoop in these situations? I would have loved to have played against this. They scoop. Every single time they play a cool deck, they scoop anyway. And then whenever they're playing meta decks, we have to, like, suffer through them. Alright, let's open another master pack. Exodia Fortune Ladies. Invoked Karibo. Like these decks are so goofy. I wish we could have played against them. But unfortunately, they left. Supe. Zap Mustang. Dark Summoning Beast. I'll take it. We have another one now. Revival Rose. Another copy. Rock Scales. It's a new card, so I'll have to read it. It's a fish, but it has rocks in the name. But I guess it is a fish. If this card is special summon, you can target one face-up monster on the field. Equip that face-up monster to this card. That's not bad. How do you special summon? That's the question. Start a damage if this card battles opponent's monster is the same type and attribute as the monster equipped. Destroy the monster. This is all fine and dandy. How do you summon it? It's level 5. If it was any other level, maybe. Screw Serpent. Rare Metal Morph. This gives like 500 attack or something. Yeah. Machine specifically. Targeting. Nonsense. Okay, and then we've got Shaddoll Fusion. I don't know what Shaddoll cards we have. I don't know what card. If a opponent's special action you can use from the deck. I mean, that's not... Shaddoll Fusion is famously not a bad card. It's actually a good card. I'm going to go check out what we have, but we'll see. Okay, so we just pulled this. Sort of Shaddoll Fusion. Check related cards. We have a lot of Shaddolls. Way more than I thought. Why is Albulenitus affiliate? Oh, because it searches a fusion card. Right. Let's see. What do we have going on here? We have a lot of Shaddolls. More than I ever thought we did. And we have... Wendigo, not window, Wendigo, not the same. We're missing every Shaddoll fusion that is relevant. They're all URs? That is absurd. So, damn, I feel bad for Shaddoll players. That is absurd. They're all URs. Except for Shekinaga, which we have. And the other ones that we have. Okay, so they're kind of high rarity. I had no idea. But we were missing Winda. And, yeah, I don't think that we can really do anything with the Shaddoll fusion quite yet. Alright, we just won the coin flip. It is... a decent hand. It's a decent hand. We'll activate the Time-Tearing Morganite for sure. That goes without saying. We'll activate that. Yeah, activate 1 Trickstar from your graveyard. Yeah, okay, so we can't really do anything with that, but we can normal summon this. And our opponent has an Imperm, potentially. We don't know. We'll activate the Blue Angel Tears. Inflict some damage, which is cool. Yeah, we'll inflict some damage. We'll see. I don't know what they could possibly have. We'll inflict some damage. It'll negate its effects. Oof, ouch. We'll go to end phase. Unfortunately, this effect is negated. That's fine, because we did more damage by doing the effect. And then we have Zoma. Not the best situation, but depending on how shitty their deck is, we can rock with this. Because we are drawing 2 cards. Oof, shitty deck. Never mind. Never mind. Where's Invoked Karibo, man? Why don't we bring him back? Why don't we bring back Invoked Karibo Man? I'm excited to see him. I don't want to see this. I want Invoked Karibo Man to make a grand return. Yeah, this is... I mean, are we going to sit through this? Or can we be realistic here and say that we're not going to win this with a Zoma, the Spirit? Like, we're just not. We're not going to win this. I don't think this deck is quite strong enough yet. Maybe it's not fully hyper-optimized. Let's be honest with ourselves. We are not winning this duel. One Zoma, the Spirit, is not going to win us this duel. If a Zoma, the Spirit, a Solar Flare Dragon, a Trickstar live stage, let's be realistic. I don't even know what he's playing. It's probably some blend of Fiends. It doesn't matter what Fiendsmith and what it is. We're not good enough. Okay, this is what our opponent was playing. They were playing a top 10 deck in the game right now. I wasn't going to win. Okay, we were lucky enough to win our coin flip. Our opponent has something in the standby phase. But it doesn't matter, because all we've got is a Banisher of Radiance and 4 trap cards. That's pretty good. We have Solemn Scolding, Grand Horn, and Gozen. Solemn Scold, I'm still playing this. If this is the only set card in your spawn trap card zone. So the idea here is this is, we just leave this as a final negate. That's the idea there. And then we have all the rest of this stuff. So we just use like this, we flip this. This is only if this is the only set card in your spawn trap card zone. It doesn't have to be the only spawn trap card in your spawn trap card zone. So we activate this, and then we flip this face up, and then we're good to go to use Solemn Scolding. But it is obviously very life point costly. But this isn't even actually that bad. Our opponent's playing Black Wings. Okay, Gozen's dead. Gozen's dead against Black Wings, but it is generally good. Gozen Centurion. I stand more of a chance against this than I did 1 second ago. Than I did it with the other deck, with like the burn deck. The burn deck just absolutely did not produce enough damage. A lot of people were telling me like, hey, try burn deck, try burn. We absolutely do not have enough burn cards. We just don't have them. Like, I swear to you, some of them I remember pulling. It's like a Mandela effect. I swear I remember pulling some of these burn cards. I'm like, we definitely have a lot of burn cards. And then I go to like build a deck, and I have a rough time coming up with like 30 of them. So before, Gozen was not going to be good, but now Gozen might actually be good. And the reason Gozen might actually be good is because we have, is because they're playing these things. They're playing, yeah, because they're playing this deck. So if they put a like light monster onto the board, we can drop a Gozen. He's going to put that back, and he's going to summon out another one. I want him to summon something here so I can get a free, yes, thank you. Thank you, that's perfect. Yep, activate this, special summon this. Actually, we can... This is a light monster. Actually, I'll let that slide for now. Plus, we have this. Unfortunately, we just needed to summon. If he summons it in front of its own column, and he doesn't. For some reason, he's summoning it here. Okay, he's going to do that. Add one Centurion card. Again, we can just Gozen right now. If he activates this, we Gozen and we lock him in. But right now, the problem is we can't really... Banisher of Radiance is an issue right now. We could also just wait for him to actually like summon a Synchro monster, and then we just Grand Horn of Heaven, the whole thing. It's actually not a bad plan. Okay, they're going to summon a token. This card to summon a token, special summon token. It's dark. This is light. We can actually use Broken Line, but I'm just going to Gozen because it's going to be totally free. So I'm just going to Gozen. No reason not to. If I Gozen this, he doesn't summon the token, and then this thing's stuck in the back row, and then he can't get over my monster, and this just gets banished. Great. Yeah, you can banish this card. Nope, no you can't. So that's not bad. Now he's stuck under lights. He's playing, obviously, Black Wings too, in addition to what he's playing, so he's kind of stuck right now, which is nice. This is how much attack? 16. Damn it. We have two monsters that are 1600 attack, which is unfortunate for me to make a link, but I don't want to make a link right now. I can't get over any of these right now, but it's fine. I'll just go to end phase. And I'll just hit the end phase. And our opponent just scoops. I don't blame them. That's not easy to get over. You're playing a dark deck and your opponent locks you into lights. What are you going to do? Who knows? I can't say I've ever seen these two decks play together. It's definitely interesting. They're playing Santa Claus. They're playing the rank up Barion's Force. Like, they're playing a lot of Battle Fader. This is why Platinum 5 has got to be the funniest like rank in the game, because you have decks like this, which like decks that just don't belong together. Then on top of that, you've got decks that are random meta decks, and then on top of you have a little bit of Platinum 5 has a little bit of everybody. It has the bots, it has the noobs, it has the bad players, it has the good players that are like passing through to get higher up. It is like the melting pot of the entire Yu-Gi-Oh ladder. Like, it is of Master Duel ladder. It is the best place in the game. I wish I could just be perpetually stuck in Platinum 5, because it honestly is by far the most fun place to be. Every game is like a totally different experience. That's why I really like it. And then once you get like higher up into like Platinum 2 and stuff, it just becomes the meta, basically. It becomes basically bad meta players. Okay, let's open up a master pack and hopefully get something good here. It's not glowing, but that's not a huge issue, because, I mean, as long as we get something decent, it's cool. So, as you can see here, we've got a Phantasm Spiral Dragon. I'll take that. Hieratic Seal of Bombardment. Nope, can't use that. Green Turtle Summoner. Nope, can't use that. A Gaga card. Don't have enough Gagagas yet. Noble Knight Shield Bearer. Cool, I'll take that. Last Resort. Barbo. We need the other stuff right now. And Sinister, which we already have. This card basically works with Yeah, level 5 or higher Fiend monsters can be summoned without tributing when exactly when normal level 5 or higher Fiend, even though their cards will be destroyed. So this card's not bad if you have the appropriate cards. I'll show you the appropriate cards momentarily, but that actually, a second copy of that does make a difference. Okay, so yeah, we pulled a second copy of this, which is actually not a terrible card when used with the right combination of other cards. And we'll go to, real quick, Fiend and then level 5 or higher. So we'll just do level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we'll go Fiend. And then we'll see which ones are available. And then, of course, not. We have to do main deck ones here. Because we don't want... We have to... you know what? Screw it. I'll just look at it and just exclude the ones mentally. There's actually a lot more than I thought there was going to be. Damn. Okay, never mind. I actually do have to go through the trouble of excluding it. I'm just going to go effect monsters. And there we go. Okay, so these are level 5 or higher Fiends that can be normal summoned. Now it said... Fuck. I just moved it somewhere. Oh, there, it's still right here. Okay, perfect. So each level 5 or higher Fiend monster can be normal summoned without tributing. Generally, you want to do this with the larger Fiends that matter. So, like, you can summon Dark Summoning Beast. You can summon this. Also, the problem is it's on a trap card, so it's a little bit slow. But as you can see here, these are, like, the Fiends that we can summon without tributing. The ones that you generally want to do this with is the... None of these, actually. You want to do this with the larger Fiends. Vanity's Ruler. I forget the exact name of which ones they are. Vanity's Ruler, I think you need to do it with. But let me organize these a little bit better so that we'll organize it by rarity. Descending. There we go. Oh, you could actually do this with Engraver, but I don't see a payoff for us for this card. We can summon like this without... Actually, this can't be normal summon set. Must be special summoned in a certain way. But yeah, you can summon like Vanity's Fiend, for example. You can summon Majesty's Fiend without tributing. Yeah, we have 2 Majesty's Fiend, which is kind of crazy. We don't really use Majesty's Fiend because we don't really have a way to use it. The only way we can really use this is if we play Pendulums and tribute it. That's the only way we have to use it, but we have 2 copies of this. It's not bad, it's just we have to be kind of creative with it. But that's like a perfect card. A perfect card that you can use with the trap card that we just pulled would be Majesty's Fiend or Vanity's Fiend. These would be like perfect uses for it. Other than that, I don't know what else you're intended to really be using with it, because those are probably the best. And we pulled most of the high level Fiends, as you can see. Like we can summon this. If this card is tribute summoned, you can send to the graveyard and then draw 2 cards. You would have to tribute summon this to actually use this effect. And you can't just cheat and normal summon it. But yeah, that's probably... I don't know if there's really a use for this card, but it is cool that we pulled 2. Alright. We won the coin flip. The hand's not looking too bad. We have Magic Drain, Forbidden Droplets, or a Paragon. I think we just summoned the Barrier statue. Hope they're not playing a light deck, despite the fact that they have a Chaos Max. I know it's a dark monster, but you know what I'm saying. That's probably because they're playing Blue Eyes. And then we'll just set that stuff and pass. If they don't summon a big monster, we probably win. But the problem is I couldn't go Aura Paragon because he doesn't have... I don't have the cards to protect it. Aura Paragon's great if you have like a Solemn in circulation. They're going to set a card and go to end phase. Wonderful. Wonderful. That's exactly what we want right now. Harvest Angel of Doom or Aura Paragon. I think we can... You can destroy this card and then add a Pendulum. Oh, Horn of Heaven. Okay, so I think you can add a Horn of Heaven. Okay, I think we just go with this. We'll do this. Yep, we'll definitely activate this. It's a good thing I didn't clog the other Pendulum Zone. They probably have an Ash. No, they don't. Okay, never mind. It's not bad. It's not bad. And now we just go... What else did they have? A Droll? They have a Droll? What else did they have? Yeah, we'll attack with these 2, obviously. And then they've got a Fiendish Chain. What in the world is going on here? Fiendish Chain. Then we Black Horn of Heaven. And we hit the end phase. I think we just hit... Yeah, we just hit the end phase. We do have multiple interruptions here. 2 spell negates, possibly, depending on if they discard a spell. We have 2 spell negates, Forbidden Droplets, and a Black Horn and a regular Horn of Heaven, which is kind of cool. So they're going to activate the Resonator card. Yep, we're definitely going to Magic Drain that. 100% we have to Magic Drain that. And if they have a discard, that's fine. We just negate that. If they have a discard, they have a discard. I got to live with it. Yep, we're going to negate that. Cool. We'll see how that goes. Again, a Fiendish Chain is kind of... Okay, you have another one of these. Well, I have another one of these. You should have discarded the first one for the second one. So I have a Magic Drain. He has another Resonator Call. We both drew repeats. And this guy scoops. These people will scoop at the gust of wind. That's the one thing that sucks about Platinum 5 is like they have fun decks, but like some of them are such quitters that it's so annoying. They just give up at anything. Like this guy, whatever he turned off his like Nintendo Switch because I activated a Magic Drain, and it's kind of frustrating. They don't stick around for it. Alright, this is what my opponent was playing. It's a pretty standard version of this deck. Like, maybe not standard because he's playing like crappy cards in it that don't really make sense, but like it's not a bad deck. Also 14 card extra deck, sign of a noob. Okay, let's open up a master pack here. This one again is not glowing. It is what it is. I gotta live with it. No non-glowing master pack. Fustian Bargain's not a bad card. Amazement card. Amazonas. Grand Convergence. Trickstar. Cool. I mean, we have sort of a Trickstar deck, but I don't know how good this card really is. Based on what I read, it inflicts destroy by battle card effect, inflict damage each time a monster this card points to. Okay, not great. Each time your opponent takes damage by a Trickster effect, well, they lose 200 for each monster this card points to until the end of the damage step. That's continuous. That doesn't seem too bad. Each time your opponent takes damage by a Trickster face-up monsters, well, they lose attack. Yeah, that's not good. Melodious Diva, Chronomaly is terrible, and then we've got Black Shadow Squall. No good. All right, we just lost the coin flip. We're going second. The hand's not too bad, actually. My opponent is doing their thing. The hand's not that bad, so I'm going to stick around. But they're playing Lightsworns, and obviously they didn't actually open that badly. I don't know why they're making a Link monster right now. Never mind. They're making Minerva. That makes sense. Okay. Now, for a second there, I thought they were making a Link. Like, I was like, why would you do that? But never mind. They actually, they actually did all right. Lightsworn monsters you control cannot be banished. You're going to send a wolf. Trigger that. Yeah, this new Lightsworn stuff is actually really good. It's actually really good. I'm going to play through this because we don't often see Lightsworn. And I'll see what I can do here. Obviously, I'm going second with Counter Fairies, which is never easy, but I'll try my best. We have the Time Tearing, so we can double normal summon, which is kind of cool, too. There's not a lot of decks where it really benefits us. This guy's just going to end on this. Okay, yeah, this is a game. We have a game on our hands. This card is fantastic against Lightsworns. Lightsworn monsters you control cannot be banished by card effects. But this is not a card effect, and I'm not banishing that, so it's a little complicated. But we're going to activate with the Time Tearing Morganite. We're going to start off with this. Which ones do I normal summon here? There's no point to normal summon this. I think we normal summon this and Banisher of Radiance. I think we just summon these two. We do have two normal summons, right? Just to make sure. We can perform normal summons twice. Yep. So we'll normal summon this and we'll search, which is pretty good. And then shortly after we'll Banisher of Radiance, summon again. Now the problem is, again, we have a little bit of an issue here with... and that these are some big ass monsters, so that's a little bit of a problem. And then we kind of have to out these, so we'll normal summon this out too, and this is really good. So they're both really good. The problem is, again, we need Moon Mirror Shield ASAP. We need Moon Mirror Shield. Could link into something when none of these... Oh, I just realized Lina can do something, not with what we have here, but Lina could do something in general, but not right now. Yeah, I don't have enough to get to... If I could Geonate a Transverse or steal this Minerva, we'd be in a great situation. But I can't do that right now. But I can use this and just set the other cards face down. Yeah, I can definitely do that. And he scoops. Damn it, this always happens. So this is the problem with this deck. It's like, we win a lot. A lot of wins are like this, where they just scoop. Which I should be happy. But from a viewer standpoint, it's kind of annoying. Or like from a playing standpoint, I should say. Like me playing this wasn't like that fun because we just got in here and they scooped. Alright, this is my opponent's full build. They actually didn't open that well. They opened this. And they didn't even mill that well. I didn't even realize they were playing Lightsworns. Honestly, if we had gone first and Banisher of Radiance had stuck, we would have just... If we had a Banisher of Radiance and if we had a Banisher of Radiance and a Moon Mirror Shield, we would have just won this game 100%. Okay, let's open up a Master Pack 2 while we're at it. Open a quick master pack. We've got pretty much nothing out of this one. Potentially, there's a, I don't know. And we'll see. We'll see. Got Crystal Boon. Can't use that. This guy looks interesting for sure. He used to be an old card, like without, like he has his own like common card, but now I guess they remade him. If this card is in your hand, you can target water monster in your main monster, so destroy that monster. Special summon this card to that to the same zone. Destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls in this card's column. That's not actually terrible. Honestly, it's not even a terrible card. Like, it's not absolutely horrific, is what I'm trying to say. It's like another like Tiamaton, extremely specific card. It's like Tiamaton, but you control when you can use it, but also it has to be affiliated with waters. If this whole water situation wasn't on here, we would have definitely used this in our going second trap deck, but otherwise there's no point for that. Cataclysm, that's not a bad card. Another low rarity, one of those. Right leg. Drytron is... you got to get a lot of Drytrons for them to be useful. Can't use that, that's ass. And this card, target 5 cards, shuffle them. This card's not terrible. If you're... This card's not terrible. It's just we're not going to be able to use those. And then what I want to see what Exodia pieces we have too. Okay, out of curiosity, I'm going to put this in order obtained, and I want to see what Exodia pieces we actually have. What do we have? I guess we go to the head and then we go backwards. Oh, we have almost everything. We're missing the left leg and then we're missing the head, which is a super rare. But we have almost all of Exodia. Maybe one day we play Exodia just for fun. Because obviously we can't win with Exodia without like this stuff. This is like the good stuff, and we need this stuff. But you need way too much. You need 3 copies of this at least in order, and 1 copy of this at least. And then you need like the blue eyes that searches it. You need way too many cards for that to be like useful. Alright, we just won the coin flip. We drew the angel again. We've been drawing this card a lot. Like a lot. More than we probably should. And then we've got some decent cards here. Finish one, fairy. Yeah, we got the Grand Horn of Heaven, Magic Drain, Forbidden Droplets, and Fallen Sanctuary. So we got some decent stuff back here. We have multiple Magic Drains, which is cool. So even if they do have mass back row removal, we have cards to respond to it. We have the Horn of Heaven. Oh, I just realized I put this in columns. That didn't make sense. I should have put... that's a big mistake on my part. That's a big mistake on my part. So I should have... yeah, I'm going to Grand Horn of Heaven this, but this was definitely a mistake. I'm going to tribute this. Huge mistake. I should have placed Grand Horn of Heaven right here. So I can Grand Horn of Heaven and then in the next chain put this card back here. Huge mistake on my part. Huge mistake on my part. Definitely. I didn't think that through. Monster Reborn. You've got to be kidding me. Well, it's a good thing we have Magic Drain. It's a good thing we have Magic Drain. So they either will have the spell or won't have the spell, and then yep, that gets negated. Awesome. Now the problem is we have no monsters. I did misplay there. I should have done that better. And they've got, yep, they will be able to do that. Nothing I can do about that. We drew really trap heavy this time around. Which kind of sucks for us. There's no point to Forbidden Droplets that. They don't have any other spells in hand, but... damn it. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that either. I did misplay, but I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to make a difference. In the grand scheme of things, it might if we survive this turn. But I don't know if it'll make a difference. Okay, they're going to activate Wishes. Discard Blue Eyes. We are going to Magic Drain. We know they don't have spells in hand because we just negated that other card. So we know for a fact they don't have spells, so we can negate that. Yep, they have no spells. We negated Monster Reborn and Wishes, so they haven't had access to Blue Eye. You gotta be kidding me. It's like a perfect hand. So they're going to send that. Again, there's nothing that I can really do about this. That'll let them summon Blue Eyes, which will allow them to summon back Maiden, which will allow them to go into a rank Synchro 9. Then, of course, you've got True Light, too, which we have to deal with every single turn. Yeah, it sucks. And then this works with a fairy monster. You have to banish a fairy to target an effect monster to negate it, but there's no point right now because I don't have any fairies in graveyard. We can activate and set a spell trap card that lists basically the Sanctum of Parshath. We can set this in our back row, which is useful, but not useful for our purposes right now. Yep. He's going to use Spirit to get the field spell. At this point, he doesn't have anything that matters in regards to the field, so he can send another Blue Eyes. Like, okay. But even he's already got 2 in circulation, unless he plays 3. Which, okay, if he plays 3, he plays 3. But I think he's already put his Blue Eye, he plays 3. Of course he does. I didn't feel the need to negate this card. I just didn't feel it was worth it. I mean, I could have, and then it would stop him from getting a Blue Eyes, but I don't think it's worth it. Now he's going to use that to equip. Yep. Yep, he's going to equip a Blue Eyes ultimate. And just go to the battle phase. I'll just take the damage. Nothing really. No point to really worry about that. Take 42 and 300. I'll take that. He should have... Yeah, there's no point. Yeah, I'll just take the damage. Because he didn't even end up using this effect, a tribute to summon a Blue Eyes, which he should have. He should have done that effect. He would have done 3,000 more damage on top of what he's already doing. If he activated the second effect. Yep, he's going to go straight to the end phase. On end phase, I'm definitely going to activate this to set a card. Yep. I'm going to set this right here. Sanctum of Parshath. And then we're back to our turn. Nope, nothing else. And then he's going to be able to search too, which we'll see if he's playing the Primite stuff or not. If he is, that does kind of suck for us because Primite's really, really good. And nope, just Druid Worm. Druid Worm still does kind of hurt because we are playing fairies and a lot of them are light or dark. Ugh, late to the party. Late to the party. See, if we had that turn 1, it would have been really good, but no, I can't do anything with that. I can't do anything with that. It doesn't make a difference. Like, I can activate this stuff, but it really doesn't make a difference. I don't have any monsters. If we had this and a monster, we actually could have had some cool situations. Like, any normal summon right now would be really good. But then again, he could just search the trap card, which there's very little that I can do. If he searches that trap card and just pops the monster, there's not much that I can do. Blue Eyes does have actually a pretty good matchup against counter fairies. Even if we do establish the light barrier statue, I mean, the whole deck's light. On top of that, yeah, it just has a very good matchup. This is the build that my opponent was playing. There's got to be... Oh, we're in Platinum 5, which again, I love Platinum 5 because you can only find fun stuff like this in Platinum 5. He's got a Slifer in his Blue Eyes deck. Why? I don't know. I don't know why he's got a Slifer in his Blue Eyes deck, but you know what? He's having a blast. He has that. He has the Reviled Sky God. Like, this guy's just here to have fun. Okay, we just won the coin flip, and the hand is looking pretty good for certain. We could add Black Horn of Heaven, actually. Let me see this. We could add Black Horn of Heaven. Negate this. Well, we had a double normal summon of some kind. It goes in Forbidden Droplets. I think what we do is we go Barrier Statue. And then we go Barrier Statue here. Yeah, we go Barrier Statue, we set, goes in, we set Forbidden Droplets. I think that's the move. And then next turn, we hit him with the Harvest Angel of Doom, and then we have him in a loop. I think that's the play. We also got to pop this and search Black Horn of Heaven, but I don't think that's the right move. Yeah, I think we do these two. And we've been seeing this card a lot more because obviously we pulled a second copy, but like the amount of times that we've seen this is actually kind of insane. We've been seeing a lot of that card actually. They're setting, these are some cool sleeves. When did these come out? I've never even seen anybody use them, but they look really cool. That the Jack's Knight and the Joker's Knight. That actually, I might get these sleeves for this account. The TG, okay. That's fine because that is not strong enough to beat over our monster, so that's actually fine. The cool thing about TGs is that's perfect actually. TGs are all really low in attack in terms of their base monsters, like their main deck monsters, as you can see, all really low in attack. So a light barrier statue is actually really phenomenal against them. As you can see, they're all like really weak except for like these guys here, but most of them are really weak. with the exception of like these. But the majority, as you can see, are all weak monsters that are like tuners and stuff. So this guy summoned this, and I don't know if he realized it. But the thing is, they are different like attributes and stuff, if I recall. Yeah, they're like fires and earths and like all this different stuff. So dark and water, they're all over the place in terms of their attribute. This guy's just gonna set stuff and scoop. Yeah, this is the kind of the issue with this deck is like, yeah, we win, but at what cost? We get these games where our opponent goes, okay, that's a light barrier statue. I'm not beating this. I'm just gonna scoop and leave. And Platinum 5 is a fun place where we should be enjoying ourselves, but I probably should have played the trap deck. The going second trap deck. Like, I would have loved to have played against that guy with the going second trap deck. That would have been fun. I would have loved to play against the Fortune Lady guy with the going second trap deck. But this deck just absolutely destroys all of these people before they can even do anything. Okay, this is what our opponent was playing. They were playing TGs, pure as hell. Super pure. Literally every single card in the deck and extra deck is all TGs. I gotta respect it. I have to respect it. This is the closest thing. Actually, this isn't. It's assault mode TGs. Every single card in here is a TG card. Nothing but respect. All right, let's open up another master pack. See what we get already. Yeah, cool. We're already getting decent stuff here. Hopefully, we've been. Our pulls have not been great. Dual Avatar. Okay, I'll take that. Inzector. Black. That second time today. Spiritual Apello. Double Wild. Oh, this is the sleeves are based on this. Target 1 level 5 or lower monster you control. Add a level 10 monster from your deck to your hand with the same type. Then discard 1 card. And if you do special summon 1 monster from your hand with that same type in defense position. What are we discarding? What are we searching? This seems like it could be really good. What are we discarding? What are we searching? Special summon the rest of the turn except the original type. Okay. So we discard, like for example, a warrior. Then we add a level 10 monster that's a warrior. And then you discard a card and special summon a monster from your hand with that same type. So this is actually... yeah. It's not super... it's kind of minus, but... could be potentially good. I got to kind of check what's going on there. Venom Snake. Queen Archfiend and the Atlantean card that I can't use because I absolutely do not have enough Atlanteans. Not even close. Alright, so for this thing we've got Double Wild. What level 10s do we have that we can even use? That's very... we have to figure this out. What level 10s do we have? And we have to do just affect monsters. What level 10s do we have? Jizukiru? It's a machine. We can send a machine, summon Jizukiru. I don't know if that's really worth it. If we really want to summon Jizukiru, we can summon Guardian Slime, but that's already kind of a free summon. But the cool thing about Guardian Slime... I mean, this is another card. Like, we really have so much we can do. We're missing God Slime. We really are. We're missing God Slime. Like, this card is so good, and then we've got the other guy. So we've got 3 copies. This is actually insane. We have 3 copies of Metal Reflect Slime, and we have 3 copies of... yeah, 3 copies of Metal Reflect Slime, and we have 3 copies of this card right here, which is the Guardian Slime. So we have 3 and 3, but we just are missing God Slime, which is an instant offense whenever we need it, which is really good. So we can not summon that. This, I forgot we also have this. We can't really build a deck around it because it's a 1-of, but that card's really cool. Yeah, we've got Slifer. Technically, I imagine this is what it's intended for, but what weak Divine Beast do we have? So yeah, I think there are options. We can summon this guy. Actually, this is probably one of the better monsters we can summon off of this. This guy's a UR that we've never used because he's like very difficult for us to get out. That's all the level 10s we have. Okay, we have Obelisk too. Technically I shouldn't have this Obelisk, but if it came down to it, I would use it. But because it's like, where else on Earth is there a person using an Obelisk? Let's be honest. So yeah, I don't think that we can actually use that card. I don't think there's a card worth using. Maybe this, actually, the All Eyes Phantom Dragon. Can I be normal summoner set? Never mind. Can't do it. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I think... although this is a cool card, I don't think we really have a payoff for it. Alright, we just won the coin flip again. Oh, we have a Pulling the Rug. I guess we put this in just to try. We'll normal summon this out. And we'll get the party started here. We'll activate Search... our opponent doesn't have any hand traps. I guess we'll just Necro Valley. I'm not going to use Moon Mirror Shield right now. I'm going to use the Horn of Heaven, and I'll just set these and just pass. I'll save the Moon Mirror Shield for a follow-up. But this isn't too bad. I mean, we've got Necro Valley, which again, this is kind of the problem. This is why I'm gonna maybe switch off this deck. This is why I don't like playing this, and I don't like playing anti-meta, because they just scoop. Like, they scoop before anything, and this is a part of why when I do play anti-meta, the episodes are going to just naturally be shorter, because people just scoop. Like, the entire episode. I don't even know what this guy was playing. He just saw those cards. He saw me set, and he's like, I don't feel like dealing with this. And I get it. I know where he's coming from. And whenever we play these decks in particular, the episodes are always shorter because, yeah, people are just scooping, and there's not a lot of gameplay for me to. There's nothing to me to edit down. There's nothing for me to even do. They're just we get in, we summon a monster, we end, and they scoop. All right, and we rank up here, super easy. I think the cool thing is though, once you get out of Platinum 5. You actually do get to start playing against real opponents, because now people care because they're playing like Kashtira. They don't want to get ranked down, so they're willing to stick around and try to play through your floodgates once they get past there. Out of curiosity, oh, okay, so this actually makes sense that we had a scoop here. My opponent was actually playing, wasn't a real opponent. This was actually a bot, unless it is an opponent also, because somebody could physically make this deck, I guess, if they really wanted to, but it was a bot, so they were going to scoop no matter what. So it kind of makes sense that they scooped, because it is a bot. Their whole thing is just to FTK you, and I guess they didn't sense that they could FTK through the interruptions that we have. All right, let's open up a master pack and see what we got here. We've got a glowing pack, which is nice, because all episode we have not had glowing packs, or maybe we did earlier. I filmed a little bit every day, so I don't know at this point. Aroma Garden, Metal Foes, Salamangreat. What does this one do? It requires a Salamangreat Link monster. Don't have any. Doodle Doo. I'll take these. I'll take more prank kid stuff. I really, really, really need the low rarity prank kid stuff. That's what I actually need. Like, I need. What do I need? I need, first of all, I need Pandemonium, which is this. I don't have any of this. It's a common. I don't have any of this. I really need this. I'll take stuff like this. It's not necessary, but I'll take things like Prank Kid's Place, Pranks. But what I really need is Pandemonium and one copy of Meow Meow, and I think I pretty much have this entire deck, and I can start playing it. Diameter, cool. Another copy, and then we got Fish Lamp, which we already have, which looks like a ball sack on fire, and we can't use that now, and we definitely, if we're not using it now, we definitely didn't need it. Okay, so here are the prank kids. This is what I'm talking about. These are all the prank kids we have. We have all of the prank kids. We're missing. We could use another 2 fire ones, but it is what it is. I'll take the fact that we don't have them. We have 3, 3, 1, 3. We have the full entire main deck, which is great. We have the Link monsters, which is great. We have Doodle Doo and Bow Wow Bark. We technically have 3 copies of Polymerization because we just have 3 copies of Polymerization. We have 3 copies of Polymerization, and the problem, and we even have this, which is really good. We even have this and this. We have the good fusions. We have everything we need. It doesn't actually matter that we're missing this. This is only good in like back row matchups, not super important. We have this, which is great for recursion. Our main problem is we're missing these 2. And more importantly, we're missing this. This is the in-archetype Polymerization that is searchable. Without this, I cannot play the deck. I can use regular Poly, but regular Poly you actually have to hard open. And the cool thing about this deck is this deck can also make Thunder Dragon Colossus, which we do have access to Thunder Dragon Colossus. Is we did pull Thunder Dragon Colossus, but also on top of pulling Thunder Dragon Colossus, we have regular old Thunder Dragon. So we just activate this, search the other one, and then we can turn our Prank Kid monster into a Thunder Dragon Colossus whenever the hell we want to, which is really cool. But again, our issue is that we just are missing the absolute lowest rarity card in the entire archetype. We are missing it, and there's nothing that I can do about that. I just have to wait to pull it, and not only that, I have to wait to pull 3. Alright, we just lost a coin flip. Our opponent is just setting stuff. Okay, I don't know what they're playing. Could be anything, but they set a bunch of stuff. I could risk it here and just drop Aura Paragon. And if they're playing like Eldritch, then they won't be able to summon anything, and I potentially just win this duel. And I think that's actually the right play. I think I'm going to drop this, and if they're playing Labyrinth or Eldritch, they are stuck. Like, they can't respond to that. And then from here, we just got to be careful. We got to set this before we can't just normal summon our monster. We have to set it and then flip summon it. But if this guy sticks and they are playing something like Eldritch, they're just stuck on whatever they've got, and they can't play anymore, which is good. Okay, they're playing Trap. They have Trap Trick. That could be anything. That doesn't mean anything. They're playing Trap. They're activating Trap Trick, which is going to send Simultaneous equation cannon. That card's way too confusing for me to figure out what it does. I'm just gonna go to battle phase, and I'm just gonna attack. And I think I'm just gonna attack, and then main phase 2, I'm just gonna set a Forbidden Droplets. I'm not even gonna set anything else. I'm just setting Forbidden Droplets. If they activate anything, then I'll deal with it. But I'm not putting any more cards into play. That card to me is just so confusing. Banish a fusion monster and 2 XYAB monsters. Whose combined levels equal to the total number of cards. He's gonna normal summon. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he is playing Labyrinth. So in this case, I'm going to actually activate Forbidden Droplets. I'm going to send the Aura Paragon because it's designated to go to graveyard anyway. And honestly, I don't know how. It sucks that they opened this. It sucks that they opened the Ariana. They drew the Ariana just now. It sucks that they drew it. They're going to be able to use droplets to dodge if they want to. Oh, never mind. I don't know why they would do that. Okay, they're not going to dodge. They're just going to add, and that was no point to what they did just now. Okay, they're going to go to battle phase, get us with an attack. Honestly, I'm trying to see if I can really win this, especially with the simultaneous equation cannon back there. Can I win this duel? Another Aura Paragon. Can I win this duel? I don't know that I can. I have no out to this guy. Or this girl. I have no out to her. At all. Like, I have no out. If he just flips us to attack and just attacks, like, what can I really do? I guess we, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an out. This is kind of this is a draw moon mirror shield situation, so I guess we'll just put stuff into play. Put this into play. I mean, we'll play it out. Because we have no reason not to. We have no reason not to, and I guess we can just use this guy right here to just crash into the Ariana if we need to. In a max C, I'm not going to be special summoning, buddy. I'm just not. It's not what's happening here. So I'll activate that. Normal summon this dude, and I guess we'll just wait to draw the out. Hopefully. Hopefully they link this away for some reason, and then we can, like, Horn of Heaven it if we need to. The problem with the Horn of Heaven and Grand Horn of Heaven, the problem with Grand Horn of Heaven is that it just doesn't really do anything until they special summon from the extra deck, so it kind of sucks. So I guess I'll just set these two. I'll just set these two and pass on that. I mean, if they, for some reason, go into a link monster, it's our best situation for us is for them to link this away. And then I can just use Grand Horn to destroy it, negate, destroy it, and then it's stuck, potentially. Okay, so, cool. We've got the end phase now. Yeah, time tearing, I'll take that right now, because we really do need... We'll time tearing here. And I think time tearing... I'll probably set this so I can protect my life points, because my life points are getting kind of low, and I don't want to be in a situation where one attack loses us the duel. There's some potential here that we can grind this out, especially now that we're drawing 2 cards, getting 2 normal summons. He's going to change that to defense. Okay. That is perfectly fine with me, because this is really our only chance here. If I draw something really good here, I can win. Yeah, thank God he did not attack. He would have won. I don't want to set too much in the back row, because then I lose. So I'll probably just set this and just pass. That negates pretty much anything. Yeah, this pretty much negates anything. If we can out this, there's very high potential we can win, but we need to out this dude specifically. Just set another one. Now he changes to an attack. Why now? Why now? I don't know. Why now? It's good with me, though. Okay, we need to draw something. We are 2 attacks away from losing, so that's good. Scolding. Okay, there's nothing I can do about that. We'll activate this and just pass. We are not drawing monsters right now, which sucks. But, oof. I mean, is that game? I think that's game. I think that's game. There's nothing I can do. If I negate this, I lose. If I don't negate this, I lose. Either way, I think I lose. I guess we're guaranteed to lose if we activate the warning. We're guaranteed to lose, so we might as well wait. Yeah, Silver Castle. Yeah, I think we lose no matter what. We just did not draw monsters. We drew a lot of cards, we just didn't draw monsters. In that second batch, we just didn't draw monsters. But even if we had, again, this is kind of the struggles of this deck, is that it really struggles with going second. Now he can set back. This doesn't matter because we have Necro Valley, so he's kind of wasting time here. This is going to get negated. In his mind, he's probably making this like a very important choice. He's like, which one do I go for? Yep. And then it doesn't matter because he can't move anyway. Now, he just attacks for game. There's nothing I can do. All right, our opponent let us go first. The hand's pretty good. I don't know which to go with here. I think that's kind of annoying. He's definitely playing heroes, as you can see. Banisher of Radiance isn't bad, but if he just opens a Stratos, he can just run over. Actually, I have Solemn Warning for the Stratos, and then I have Solemn Scolding for the follow-up. I can also go Condemned Witch, Summon Light Barrier Statue. But the problem is if I go Condemned Witch, Summon Light Barrier Statue, that's during main phase 1, so he gets the first play of the game, so he could just summon like a big monster, and then I lose. So we just go Banisher and set 2. I think that's the smartest play in our situation, and we just pass. I think that's the best play. Banisher does hurt heroes significantly, because especially the Destiny hero aspect of all this, it definitely hurts them, which is very, very important to them. If they normal summon a Stratos, we just warning it, and then, like I said, we have Hero Lives. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, I think we hit him with the Solemn Warning here. We hit him with the Solemn Warning. Nope, don't want a Solemn Scolding now. Now Solemn Scolding becomes live. So we Solemn Warning that. He paid half his life points. And now if he normal summons, perfect. Now we just Solemn Scolding that. So he wasted his normal summon. He wasted his special summon. Outside, maybe he has the Vision Hero. That's the best possible player that I can think of. But I don't remember if that sends or just discards for cost. I don't recall. But he wasted his normal summon. He had his Vision, his Hero Lives. And then, you know what else could have saved him there? Maybe like the Destiny Fusion could have saved him. Okay, we've got Magic Drain. Cool. I'll take that. So we'll summon out Condemned Witch. We can't quite game him because we have weak monsters, but that's fine. So we'll get a free search. If he has an Ash, it's fine. I don't mind that getting Ash, because honestly, the problem with Condemned Witch under Banisher of Radiance is you actually can't use it. Which I don't know if this guy knew that, but I couldn't use it even if I wanted to right now, because Forbidden Droplet sends for cost, and this makes everything get banished. So I couldn't have used the effect of Condemned Witch. I couldn't have used Forbidden Droplets even if I wanted to. So that's actually completely fine that he did that. So go main phase 2, set this, and just pass, but chaining on. This can't be activated until main phase 1, and that means that our opponent gets the first play of the turn. So whatever they do dictates what I will do with the Condemned Witch. I'm going to set a card. Okay, so now we activate Condemned Witch, Tribute. They can't even call by because it gets banished. And since that got sent there, we will go with, in this case, I think we go with Light Barrier Statue. I think we go with the Light Barrier Statue, so that prevents him from summoning like DPE or something like that out of the blue. And this also wastes his battle phase too, because it forces him to go to battle phase first. Triple Tactics, Thrust. I'm definitely going to Magic Drain. They could have something, to be fair. They could have something. But they could have a spell. If they have a spell, they have a spell. There's nothing I can do about it. But it seems like they have a spell based on the fact that they can make a decision right now. I also could have just waited for them to set the spell, and I could have activated Magic Drain afterwards. I could have done that. That probably would have been smarter. But I don't think it actually makes a sizable difference here. Because regardless, if I negate this, I stop the spell from coming out. If I negate the spell, it's like it doesn't really make a difference. Dark Fusion, okay. So I think to negate that. Yeah, it wouldn't have made a difference even if I tried to negate the next card. It's like, yeah, shuffling chairs on the Titanic. It doesn't actually make a difference. Now, it sucks that this guy had triple tactics thrust, but I actually do think that the play that I made was the correct play. Honestly, I actually do think that I made the correct play. Because a lot of noobs will set cards first and then they continue to play. So sometimes they will set a card and you drop a barrier statue and then they can't make their other plays because you dropped a barrier statue out of the blue. So I actually don't think that I made the incorrect play from a gameplay perspective. But it does suck that we're getting punished with a triple tactics thrust. But again, I don't think I actually made... I didn't actually make a bad play there. Because they're going to add Rhoda to hand, which sucks for me. Yep, because that gets them to... Stratos, which gets them to everything. Now they're going to have to choose very wisely what they do here. Because this banishes everything, and this locks them into lights, so it's up to them what they do. Yep, they're going to search Stratos. That was expected. They're going to have to waste the battle phase too, 100%. They're going to add a hero. They're going to add a dusted gold. And they're going to go to battle phase. They're going to run over our light barrier statue, okay. Now they're going to... Oh, they're going to do this immediately in the battle phase. That's pretty smart. They can get rid of both of them. It's pretty smart. They're going to go into Blast. Yep, Blast is going to run over our other monster. And this has a quick effect to destroy a spell trap or return a spell trap card. This will get them Dark Fusion. I don't know how much that will do for them. But this is not looking good. Dark Contact, actually. Yeah, this will get him Dark Contact. He's going to add a Supreme, King's Castle, or Dark Fusion, probably. Oh, they're going to Fusion Summon. And you can shuffle back materials, okay. From Banished. Cool. Cool. Darkest Night. Now, this all happened. This all happened because I activated the effect of this chick right here. This is too late for this. This isn't going to help with anything. What can I do? I'm 1,600 life points. What can I even use here? Or is there a card that we can summon off of Condemn Witch that will save us in any way whatsoever? This will not save us. This will not save us. Or a Paragon will not save us. This will not save us. Bountiful Artemis will not save us because he just goes to battle phase and I lose. Yeah, I don't think there was anything that I can do that will save us here because he just goes to battle phase, attacks twice, I lose. And he can return a spell trap card anyway. Yeah, I think we just lose this one. This one is wrapped. There's nothing I can do about this one. Alright, let's open up some master packs. Legacy tickets. We actually got quite a few this episode around. As you can see here, we'll see what we open out of this one. Okay, we have some interesting. We have a card scanner. Once returned, declare one card type monster spell trap. Both players reveal if it's the declared card type added to their hand. Otherwise, place it on the bottom of their deck. If face-up card spell trap is destroyed, you can make your opponent place one card from their hand to the bottom of the deck. This isn't terrible. This isn't actually terrible. We might be able to use that in one of our funky decks, actually. Ram. I'll take another copy of that. Backup Soldier, Witchcrafter, Boar Soldier, Synchro Control. Cool. We'll open the last 4 packs. And I'll see what this is. Okay, we got Crocosaur, but we already had that. And the... Yeah, I think that's about it. But this isn't any good for us. This is a flip effect monster, special summons tokens, which isn't... Oh, to our opponent's field. Oof, not so great. La, 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 la.